Welcome to Fantasy Football Aces. I'm back. It's your boy William Wolf, and today we're gonna get into a few sleepers. Now I have a few different segments today on sleepers. I'm gonna do guys that you can get super late, because when it's late, it's great. I'm gonna do a couple different sleepers today. I'm gonna have 3 different segments. We got 6 different guys today. Guys that may not be on my list, but if you're not going to follow my philosophy, these guys are great dart throws. We're talking about sleepers that if you're going to invest in running backs, you're going to invest in tight end, a big time tight end, you're going to invest in an elite quarterback like Pat Mahomes, etc. You're going to have to throw some darts at the wide receiver position. First up, we're going to talk about Rondell Moore. And you see that boy on the screen now. He is absolutely electric. Now, when you got guys that are this size, they more than likely are very elusive. And then it really comes down to system. How are they utilized, right? You got Colt McCoy, and Colt McCoy is a long journeyman, a career backup. Obviously, Murray is out, but guess what Colt likes to do? He likes to get the ball out quick. He likes to get the ball out before the pass rush gets here. He's on time. 2 steps, drop. 3 steps, drop. Balls out quick. When balls are out quick, who's he going to be targeting? Look for that young tight end. That's big second round pick tight end they got, and look for Rondell Moore. Go no other. Next up, we have the second round pick, Jonathan Mingo. Now, this guy did some big things in college. He made some big plays for Ole Miss. He's a big time receiver. He's tall. You know, they invested a second round pick in him. He's going to be on the field with Adam Thielen and company. You got another tight end who I talked about coming over from Cincinnati, Hayden Hurst. This guy is going to work his way onto the field. I believe he's too talented. He'll end up being in 2 wide receiver sets with Thielen. I think he'll work himself into the roster over the other bunch of guys. I believe that this is a talent that Bryce is going to look to. He's going to try to utilize him. I think that he's a dart throw. Now, if you follow in my channel and you're following my philosophy, I've named 2 guys here right away that are on my no draft list. But again, I realize that not everybody's going to follow my philosophy. And when you're looking for guys that you can get that are sleepers, there's still talented ball players on teams that I would not draft from. There's still guys, I was adamant about this. There are still guys that you can get late that are on bad teams that can produce. Next up, another man on a team that on my no draft list, and that is Nico Collins. Now, we have a couple dart throws on Houston. They got to throw it to somebody, right? They got a few different ball players that they're going to go to, and Nico essentially is the number 1 receiver on this team. Cooks is gone. You're talking about a guy who, frankly, CJ Stroud's gonna have to throw it to. Dameon Pierce is gonna cause a lot of attention. He had a big year last year. Stroud, he could make some plays. Highly, sought after guy. Houston invested in him. They invested in him to throw. I'm not a big believer in the rookie right away, but again, you can get Nico Collins very late. So if you gotta invest and throw a dart, why not on Jonathan Mingo? Why not on Rondell Moore? Why not on Nico Collins? The next guy I want to talk to, ironically, is another guy on my no draft list from the Los Angeles Rams, and that is Van Jefferson, appearing on your screen now. Now, I'd be more likely to throw a dart at Van Jefferson than Nico Collins and Mingo. I like Rondell more than all of these guys if I had to choose one. Van Jefferson is a talented young kid. You know, he got banged up. He hasn't really had a full healthy and full opportunity to showcase his talent. Cooper Kupp should be back, causing most of the attention, and this guy should slide in at the number 2 receiver. You know, we saw some disappointing number 2s since Odell is gone, and anybody else they've tried to fill in that role. The kid from the Chicago Bears that, ironically, I can't think of his name, even though the Bears are my favorite team. But he's going to be your number 2 receiver, and Stafford loves the sling. He sprays and stares at Cooper Kupp primarily. I mean, 90 people could be open, Higbee and company, and Van Jefferson could be open, and he still looks at Cooper Kupp. But guess what? Maybe Stafford coming off the injury, maybe he's going to open his eyes a little bit and give Van Jefferson an opportunity. Last but not least, I got 2 more players. Is Devonte Parker. Now, Devonte is another journeyman. He makes big plays, as you see right there. I mean, he's a big guy. He could jump. The Patriots, they picked up Juju Smith-Schuster. He's going to run a lot of underneath routes. He's going to be a slot guy. He'll go outside. Sometimes I think Juju is quote unquote the number 1 receiver here. This is another team that's not really that talented at getting the ball down the field and moving the chains on 3rd down. But you do have Ramondre Stevens, a dog, who's on my top 10 running back list. And you got Zeke Elliott coming over to help him out a little bit. Maybe that opens up some more opportunities for Devonte Parker deep. They got a deep depth chart of wide receivers. They like to use them all. There's no real guy besides maybe Juju that you can really rely on, right? But that's why these guys are sleepers. That's why they're dart throws. I think Devonte Parker has a chance of being a player. You know what I mean? He could be a viable starter here and there. Maybe you just need to fill him into buys. Maybe your team is absolutely loaded and you gotta throw these dollar dart throws or get the guy late. Look at this average draft position. You can get all these guys in that same position. Last on my list is Jayden Reed, the rookie, Green Bay selected. Christian Watson obviously showcased a lot of talent. You know, he's a big, tall, fast kid, but he needs a running mate. Dobbs was disappointing last year. Cobb is gone. The roster is turning over a bit. You got other guys that could possibly be that number 2 receiver or even the number 1 receiver, frankly, because Christian hasn't solidified that technically. He's still a 2nd-year wide receiver himself, and with all the talent that he showed, this Jayden Reed kid is pretty special. He can move. If your Green Bay has an elite offensive line, if you think that Jordan Love could be a solid quarterback in the NFL, which I don't, and you believe that they can turn that offense around, considering Aaron Rodgers struggled last year as the man who I still believe is elite, then if you believe these things, then Jordan Reed might be your guy. And once again, these are sleepers, man. These are deep sleepers too. These aren't guys that, besides Rondell Moore, I'd say on this list, because you got guys on these other teams that could possibly emerge. Tank Bell for the Houston Texans. He's getting a lot of love out in camp right now. He seems like he's an elite talent as well. But Jayden Reed, he could emerge. And I don't want you to miss out on that opportunity. He's only $1. You can get this guy very, very late. He's a sleeper. All these guys you can get super late, possibly even Rondell Moore. I think that if you're going to go with the, heavy running back strategy, elite quarterback tight end strategy, these are guys you're going to have to target. I want you guys to invest in these guys. That's it for Fantasy Football Aces today. Y'all boys have a wonderful night. wonderful day whenever you're watching this. Subscribe to the channel.